Hello, everyone. Sorry for the little delay, just working out some technical difficulties. I'm Richie Davidson, and I am the founder and director of the Center for Healthy Minds, and really happy to be with you today. We are today going to focus on self reflection. And this is part of our framework for both understanding and cultivating well being that is a centerpiece in the work that we're doing. Uh, I'll share a little bit about that in just a moment, but as we're all checking in, I invite each of you who wish to please, in the chat box, let us know how you're feeling right now. Give us a word or two about how you're feeling. And also let us know where you're tuning in from. And as we're settling in, the framework for well being that is central to all the work we do holds that there are four pillars of well being. The first being awareness, which is where mindfulness would be. The second is connection, which includes qualities that promote healthy social relationships. The third is insight, and this is the particular pillar we're focusing on today. And insight is about self knowledge. Insight is about understanding in an experiential way the nature of our ongoing narrative about ourselves. And insight is so important for the development of resilience, which is really so critical to the challenges that we're facing today. I see people reporting now on how they're doing lots of muscle aches, anxious, relaxed and content, eyes open, tired and shoulder tension, excited for today, grateful from Berlin, Germany. So lots of variations, which is really what the human condition is about. Overcaffeinated, someone tells us. And someone tuning in from New Berlin, Wisconsin. So we have Berlin, Germany, and New Berlin, Wisconsin. It's wonderful to have all of you. The fourth pillar of well-being, just to name all the four pillars, is purpose. And that's really about finding our true north, where our life is headed, and aligning our everyday behavior toward our central purpose in life. So today we're focusing on self-reflection, which is part of insight, really part of understanding the fundamental nature of ourselves at a very deep and experiential level. And when we can do this, one of the important consequences is the development of resilience. We're less sticky. We have a decreased likelihood of having emotions that perseverate over long periods of time, sticking to thoughts that we just can't let go of, and so forth. That's the kind of stickiness that we're referring to, which can really be helped by practices that cultivate insight. So let's begin today by taking an upright posture, whether we're sitting on a chair or a cushion. I imagine most of you are sitting on chairs because you're looking at screens. And so sit in an upright but comfortable posture. And feel your feet grounded on the floor. And since we're in front of screens, it's helpful to simply close our eyes for this practice. And let's begin by settling into our minds and our bodies, taking a couple of deep breaths. And as we always begin this kind of practice, let's see if we can find our motivation for showing up today. Our motivation might include the recognition that developing calmness and clarity and insight, wisdom, is something beneficial for ourselves and also beneficial for all of those that we may touch directly or indirectly. So let's spend a few moments seeing if we can connect to this motivation for being here today. And now let's begin by checking into our state of mind. What's going on in our mind right now? Are there particular thoughts, feelings, images? Is our mind racing? Are there memories, feelings in our body? Tuning into what the state of our mind is right now. And let's see if we can come up with a label, whatever it might be, that might describe our experience. Maybe one or two words. And now let's go below this label, beneath it. What are the particular elements of these thoughts? Are they thoughts? Are they voices? Are they images? What is it that may have led to these thoughts? Are there specific events that might have occurred that are connected with these thoughts? People that may be connected, whatever it might be. Let's see if we can stay with that for a few moments, with a sense of curiosity and openness. Where did this thought come from? Where does this image come from? Or emotion? Okay, and now let's take a break. Doing this kind of investigation is hard work. And let's simply be. Let go of this specific practice and simply rest your mind. Not trying to do anything, simply transitioning from doing to being. And simply being aware of whatever may be arising. And now let's continue this practice and see if we can identify whatever emotions we may be experiencing. It might be a sense of excitement. It might be anxiety. It might be fear. It might be sadness. Maybe contentment. Whatever it might be. Where is it that you are feeling this emotion? Is it associated with any bodily changes? Any images? And let's come up with a word or a short phrase that can label how we're feeling right now. And recognizing that a word or label is simply a concept. Let's now, with a sense of, again, curiosity and a sense of openness, let's investigate what's underneath. What is this emotion actually made of? What is the stuff of this emotion? What is in our mind as we're experiencing this emotion? What is in our body as we experience this emotion? And let's see if we can notice the extraordinary change that is continuously occurring. Can we see that emotion, whatever emotion we may be experiencing, is not simply one thing, but actually is comprised of all these other elements, which themselves are in flux. So let's spend a few moments seeing if we can notice what the emotion we're experiencing is made of. And now again, recognizing that engaging in this kind of practice is hard work. And sometimes we can track what is going on in our mind in this way, and at other times it's more difficult. And that's okay. And right now, let's let go of the doing, and again, let us simply be. Noticing whatever may be coming up and not doing any one thing in particular. Simply resting with awareness. And now we'll do one more investigation together. Let's allow our minds to simply be, and notice whatever thoughts may be arising. And then identify one thought in particular that you notice, whatever that thought may be. So let's take about a minute now and allow your minds to simply be, and see if you can identify one thought that arises during this period. Now, did you notice when the thought actually first arose? Were there thoughts or feelings or images that preceded that thought? How is that thought shaping your mind? How might it be influencing how you are perceiving others, how you might be perceiving the world? So spend a few moments examining the nature of that thought, how it may have arisen, what were the causes and conditions that preceded it, and how is it influencing your mind? So in these last few moments of our practice together, let's please drop whatever specific practice we've been doing and simply rest. Again, moving from doing to being. And in these last moments, let us dedicate whatever insight, whatever benefit we may have gleaned from this short period of practice, and dedicate it to the welfare, to the benefit of others. And let's consider how we may take this practice and incorporate it into our everyday lives so that we can become more resilient, less sticky, and be of greater benefit to others. So let's please open our eyes now. And if you care to, please share a word or two about how you might be feeling right now. I also want to remind all of you that practices such as this can be found in our app, the Healthy Minds Program. It's available free throughout the world. I encourage you to check out the website, tryhealthyminds.org. All one word, tryhealthyminds.org. And there are some comments coming in. People feel grateful and tired, somewhat unsettled, feeling powerful, warrior in this garden. And this is the kind of practice that does sometimes produce some unsettling, as the sense of our reified self becomes a little bit more permeable. And that's completely normal. And you can do some simple awareness practices that can help bring a sense of calm. And I encourage you to all try to stay with these practices. And there are links in the chat box that provide more information about ways to connect with this framework and with other activities that we are engaged in that are available to the general public to cultivate well-being and to promote flourishing. So I wish you all the very, very best during these challenging times which are continuing. May you have a good day or evening, and may you continue to be safe and healthy. Thank you so much.